think it is safe to say that the Sony State of Play made a lot of people angry, but in my opinion they are angry for the completely wrong reasons. Now obviously you have every right to agree or disagree with pretty much anything, and you can like or dislike something that a big corporation is trying to sell you. Now there is one big problem with that whole thing. Every type of criticism that I have seen towards the state of play is simply not valid. I haven't seen someone talk about the gameplay of a game that they dislike. I haven't seen someone complain about the graphics, for example, or the performance or the story. The only thing that I have noticed throughout the whole state of play was people complaining about women, and specifically them not being, hot or something close to that. Now it's no secret that the gaming community suffers from grifters, specifically people who are like trying to be anti-woke, and the moment they see a female, conveniently enough, they call the game woke or something like that. But once the female is actually hot, like the Stellar Blade situation, all of a sudden the game is good. Which, let's be honest, Stellar Blade wasn't even like the 10 out of 10 game people were saying it is. But it has nice tits, nice ass, nice faces, and I feel for those people, because obviously being addicted to porn nowadays makes your brain seek those over-sexualized characters, because this is what your brain is used to at this point. Now, I'm not calling every grifter a porn addict or something like that, but let's be honest, it is obvious that those people, or at least the majority of those people, haven't touched grass, haven't touched or be touched by a woman, and they have fallen into this whole, I don't know, is it black bill agenda? I don't know. I'm still learning about those pills, but pretty much the one that says that all women are thoughts or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Now I could yap about this for hours, but I think what I'm gonna do is go through the Sony State of Play once again and just talk about each game and whether I believe it deserves the hate or not. So first we have Wolverine, and I'm gonna be honest, we just see some really nice gameplay. I don't know why all of a sudden people are like, oh, it looks too cinematic. It's like a movie. Like, dude, literally, this is why you bought both a PS4 and a PS5. Like, don't try to hide from the fact that you like those types of games. The only reason why you hate this style of game now is because everyone is trying to hate it. You most likely haven't formed your own opinion. And if that makes you angry, I'm sorry, but it's most likely the truth. Because let's be real, if that was showcased in 2022, for example, before the whole, manosphere thing started happening with the whole wokeness and stuff, you would be overhyped about this game. Like, let's be honest. Maybe a valid criticism would be that you're being cautious because you were burnt from Spider-Man 2, because I'm gonna be honest, I didn't enjoy Spider-Man 2, mainly because of the terrible story it had, in my opinion. But even back then, you had people complain about the wokeness in the game, which was the least problematic thing about that game. I think the whole story was just very bad. But I digress, let's just move on. Wolverine, once again, we see some really nice gameplay, some really nice graphics, Insomniac just cooking again. But guess what? The female on this game is not hot. According to the Redditors, according to the Discord modes, this woman is not hot, so guess what? We're gonna hate on the game for that. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you, you have every right to wanna be attracted by actual attractive people, but hating on a game because a certain character doesn't cover those hot characteristics that you have in your mind is just next level pathetic, in my opinion. Now, personally, I really like the best of both worlds. I'm all about having the Bayonettas, the Stellar Blades, all the Gunner baits, but at the same time, I'm fine with having less sexualized female representation in games, because let's be honest, our society is so sexualized to a point where you can't even chill with a video game anymore, because maybe you're gonna see something that's gonna sexually trigger you, and then you're gonna get into that dark rabbit hole of just going to the hub and stuff like that. Like, let's be honest, I mean, there's a reason why y'all wanted to play Stellar Blade on PC, because you could mod the hell out of it and do weird stuff with it. But yeah, once again, we see great gameplay, nothing crazy, nothing new, but this is what you get when you sign up with PlayStation. Let's be honest, it's funny how people are asking for more cinematic, story-driven games from PlayStation instead of live service games, yet when they show you the cinematic games, all of a sudden you're like, oh, no, this is trash. Like, have your own opinion. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't listen to everyone in the comments, in the internet, on forums. Like, there's a reason why they are on Reddit all day, okay? Because either they are maidenless or they're maiden, to put it nicely, is the equivalent of a whale. No hate to the big ones, but like you can't talk about who is hot and who is not while you're dating someone that is clearly not attractive. Like, just saying, okay? You're gonna get mad at me, but that's the truth. You can't have an opinion on the big leagues if you don't play on the big leagues. That's my point. And then we have Tokon, which, by the way, exposes those people even more, because here's the thing. In that game, we saw Green Goblin, we saw Magneto, we even saw Carnage, yet no one was hyped for that because no one plays fighter games as much as they would play, story-driven games. Because the reality is that most people that complain on the internet about games, they don't even play games. That's the point I'm trying to make at the end of the day. Like, their mental health is so low, they are on their phones all day, they're probably on Reddit, surprise surprise, instead of just playing actual games. Like, this game literally looks so cool, it even has your gunner bait, yet very few people are actually gonna play it because most people's lifestyles just don't have gaming on them anymore. Like, they would rather complain about gaming online instead of actually playing the games, which is crazy. Like, I think the Black Hokage, another YouTuber, said that gamers are the only type of people that you're gonna have to make them do their hobby, which is so true. Then we had Rayman, which I assume is great news for the Rayman fans. Once again, they complained about the fact that this is a third-party game, but I have some breaking news for you. Over the last years, every showcase from the big three companies, Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony, all those showcases are showing third-party games as well. So let's just stop complaining about, minor stuff like that. At this point, it's just nitpicking, you know what I'm saying? Then we do have or Slop, which is a game like that, or this generic ass wannabe anime game. But on the bright side, we had fewer games like that shown in this showcase than before. Like the previous Sony State of Plays, especially like the Sony State of Plays, they had a lot of slop on them, like, let's be honest. Then we have Tomb Raider, the remake, and guess what? On Twitter, people say that she's not hot. Now, obviously, most of it is rage bait, but I can definitely see people actually believing that she's not hot because, like I said, their corn brains are so used to overstimulation, and at this point, even that can't get their PP hard. Or even if they consider her to be actually attractive, I think they would just lie because of the fact that they cannot attract a woman like that in real life. They most likely can't attract any woman in real life. And that's the reason why Tomb Raider apparently is woke. So you want to tell me that if a woman like that approached you in real life, you wouldn't be attracted to her, you would say no to her? Like, come on, dude. Like, I get it, you can't pull, but don't try to go so hard with a copium. Like, come on. Well, then we had Phantom Blade Zero, which, I'm gonna be honest with you, I would rather see a full gameplay of that instead of, getting the announcement that they're gonna showcase it later on this year. Then we had Dune, which pretty much everyone is gonna say, I assume it's a Fortnite slop or something like that. It's actually a pretty fun game. I have seen gameplay from the PC version, and I just can't wait, both me and my brother, to just play this game, make our builds, we're huge Dune fans, and you can tell that most people don't even watch movies anymore, because if you did watch the movies, you would probably be hyped about that game too, but guess what? You motherfuckers don't even watch a film, you know what I'm saying? There's only a certain type of movies that the average gaming grifters are watching, and we all know what that is. Okay, then we had a remaster of Dynasty Warriors 3, great news for Warriors fans. Then we had a release date for No Rest for the Wicked, finally. Then we saw Onimusha gameplay, and we got a demo announcement for Onimusha, and guess what? That is not enough, apparently, for the gamers of the internet. Because at this point, you're just complaining about pretty much anything. Like, these motherfuckers can make a hate video about air. Like, they can hate about air and water at this point. Then we had Silent Hill, which is getting hate because, let's be honest, the protagonist is black, and those grifters hate anything that is not pretty much as pale as them. Like, let's be honest. Then great news for Ace Combat fans. I'm not one of them, but I'm pretty sure people who play Ace Combat are looking forward for the new game, which, by the way, once again goes to show that this State of Play had pretty much a thing for pretty much every style of gamer, but guess what? Those people who criticize the State of Play are not gamers. Then we had this car game, which I'm gonna be honest, I'm not excited about that, but apparently it's an old IP, which should be exciting for its fans. And it seems to be that like arcadey vibe or from the PS3 era, which I guess is a great thing, but once again, no one said anything good about it because they focused on the woman. Then we have this really nice looking horror game, which I'm pretty sure should have people excited, at least the PS5 users, because it looks cinematic, has great graphics, and I'm pretty sure the story is gonna be good. Then we had Marathon, which I will admit was a huge L, like the whole game is an L in my opinion. Not because it's woke or something like that, but because they just spent all their resources on making that instead of Destiny 3, like that's a whole topic on its own. Then we had some PS Plus announcements that I couldn't care less. Then we had Until Dawn 2, which I'll be honest with you, no one wants to play that. Some big names are in the game, but I don't know if that's enough to pull, more people to the franchise. But still, it's gonna be great for the fans of the actual genre of that game, like those Telltale type of games. And then we had God of War Luffy, which, by the way, everyone is making fun of the name. They're like, oh, Monkey D. Luffy. Like, dude, the fact that you watch One Piece up to this day should say everything about you. Like, no offense, but anyways, the point is, everyone called it woke and generic, but in my opinion, the gameplay looks great. Dare to say, I'm more excited about that game than I was back in the day with Ragnarok. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't like Ragnarok at all. I think it was overhyped, at least story-wise. It didn't have to be that long. And the main criticism everyone has about Luffy is that it has the God of War name on it. Now, I'm pretty sure these people haven't heard of the term spin-off. This is what Nintendo does, and this is why they are successful up to this day, because they keep their franchises alive by A, releasing good mainline games, and B, releasing good spin-off games for each franchise. Like, it's crazy how people are gonna complain about a certain name on the logo of a game, instead of, genuinely criticizing the gameplay mechanics, the graphics, maybe the story or stuff like that. Now, speaking of gameplay, obviously a lot of people said that it looks bad, which is weird because it literally is God of War 2018 and Ragnarok, yet no one hated on the gameplay of those games. But since the female protagonist of this game is not attractive for the Gunners, that means the gameplay is also bad. Okay, but why would someone go out of their way during their day and go online and just hate on pretty much everything that was shown on this state of play? Well, the answer is pretty simple. It's the fact that our mental health has gone downhill. Like, think about it. You can't be happy about anything anymore. A new movie releases, everyone is hating on it. A new season of your favorite series releases, guess what? Everyone is hating on it. A new video game releases, once again, everyone is hating on it. And that is a sign of poor mental health. Because to be fair, we have been overstimulated from our phones, from doom scrolling, from all those social media apps, from excessive corn, from excessive gooning. Like, let's be honest, all those people hating on those games don't even play games anymore because they're so addicted to their actual phones. They're like this all day. And then they wonder why they feel sad, they wonder why they feel angry. And honestly, the solution to that, in my opinion, is to, number one, fix your mental health, and number two, don't follow everything that any random person is saying on the internet. Because at the end of the day, you want to have the ability to form your own opinions, form your own thoughts. I know this is something that's getting harder and harder to do with social media, but I suggest we all start, reading more books. This is my latest read. It's a sci-fi book similar to Dune, I guess. And yeah, it's a great way to stay away from my phone for a few hours at least, so I don't have to see everyone's opinion that I simply don't care about. And if you got angry from this video, I suggest that you take a step back and realize that people can have different opinions, and just because you don't like a certain game, it doesn't mean that the game is bad. It just means that the game is not for you, or, like I just said, it just means that you're wasting your time on your phone instead of actually playing games. So yeah, that's the rant for today. I hope I'm gonna see you on the next video. I'm doing gaming vids pretty much every day, and yeah, hopefully I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace.